really only one point I want to make about lecturing specifically. It's not necessarily about assessment directly, but it affects the way that we assess things, and it affects the way that we treat our lectures. If we think back to memory, we remember that memory is basically two different things. It's a procedural thing or it's a declarative thing. So you're either having to do something or you're having to practice something. The thing about a lecture, though, is it doesn't really do either of those. It doesn't allow you to do something, and because it's related entirely in a temporal way, you can't practice it. So when you hear something, it might be a review of something that you read before, but that content is necessarily lost immediately after it's done. So you can take notes, and there are things like that that allow it to become more declarative, but the lecture itself doesn't help you with memory, which basically means it really, in the whole idea of this kind of holistic vision of how we learn, it gets rid of the cognitive level of it. The cognitive part of it, the declarative memory, the procedural memory, can probably be better handled with another type of medium, and there's some strategies that are attached here. But so that means that the lecture part of it is oftentimes better served when it attaches itself to the affective component or the social component, and that means argument. So the real quick point here is just to say that if you're going to be developing a lecture, try to keep it to the argument and put the things that relate to procedural memory and so forth into quick reference cards or things like that. All right, hope that helps.